let's get to the really big news that is going to come out when this podcast gets released, because at noon Eastern time on Tuesday, we're rather confident that Keegan Bradley will be named the 2025 Ryder Cup captain at Bethpage Black. So, ladies, I think this name is going to shock a lot of people. I know it shocked us when we heard, but I'm here for it. I'm pumped about this.
I didn't even know this was a possibility. Like going in, it's like, okay, I think it's Tigers if he wants it. I think that was pretty clear. Turns out he probably doesn't want it. And then there was a few other names, kind of the usual suspects, the guys that have been around. We kind of retread these guys out there, and it wasn't a whole lot. No disrespect to any of those guys, but I was like, I think we need like a facelift in this thing. Like, look at what Europe's doing. Luke Donald, young guy, still playing great. Look at the guys he had around him. The Molinari brothers play a huge role in that thing over there. Both young, relationships with the players. Colt over there was spectacular. I was hoping we'd get young. The problem is, like, if you want to get younger, it's hard to find a guy that's old enough to not be competitive and still playing, but young enough to be relatable to all these guys. The list is very short, but I didn't even think Keegan was on it. I mean, he won twice last year. He's had 2 runner-ups this year. I thought he was like hell-bent on making the team, but this is a pretty tough thing to turn down if it comes your way.
Sleaze, he's 19th in the world.
Yeah, he's like right next to Justin Thomas on the Ryder Cup standings right now. Like, I think Justin's thinking about making the team, you know?
Yeah, he thought he should have been on the team last year. A lot of people did, but I think this is great. Keegan is very passionate. He's very patriotic. We saw him how he played in his 2 Ryder Cups back in 2012, 2014. He went 4-2 playing alongside Phil Mickelson. But I was looking at something earlier. I said, imagine telling yourself when Phil Mickelson and Keegan Bradley were teammates at Medina that
one of you will be
Keegan
captain.
will be a captain before Phil.
I mean, it's so much has changed since then, but like there was a time a few years back before all of it where I would have bet a lot. There's Phil Mickelson at Bethpage for the U.S. side, Ian Poulter for the European side. Probably 2 of the more fiery guys. Poulter for sure. He's the villain. In New York, it's like, boom, the bet is made for that. And then now things change. Mox.
He will be.
Keegs could drag in Phil on the old vice captaincy. Would that ruffle some shit? That would be awesome.
And I told you my idea on radio. If they don't do this, I think we're making a huge mistake. There's a fella that's got this rather famous logo that Keegan wears on his shoes. Looks like he's jumping through the air holding a basketball. He's rather good friends with a man named Michael Jordan, who loves the Ryder Cup. He's been an assistant captain at the President's Cup. Comes to pretty much every Ryder Cup, but that crowd in New York is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be raucous. The first tee, we've seen pictures of what the first tee is going to look like. It's going to be a joke. That place is going to be jumping. You've been to an opening ceremony at the Ryder Cup twice now. Imagine, okay, we're getting ready to go. It's 6:30 in the morning. Got the Chicago Bulls theme song coming on, the intro music coming on. First person out the tunnel, Michael Jordan. Yeah. To get the thing going. You don't think that place will go fucking insane?
I mean, I think we need to do that. Just whatever it takes. Like, home field advantage is crazy. We saw it over there. Until you like kind of experience it, and also they got to great starts in all those matches. It just felt like everything was going their way. The momentum was all on their side the entire time over there. I think New York is going to be. I'm a little. I think it could get out of hand at times, but that's what I love about it. Like, this is a Ryder Cup. It's different. It ain't the normal deal, and I want us to go full bore on this. And with their relationship between Keegan and MJ, yeah, trot them out. By the way, how about some custom J's for the boys when they go out there too?
And
there's
us.
And us, obviously, of course. There's a lot of ways to go with this. But to sum it all up, I had no idea Keegan was even in consideration. Wasn't a name I would have brought up on my top 15 just because I thought he was so still hell-bent on making this next vintage of the U.S. team. But now that it's been announced, dude, I love it. I love the fact that we're finally like going to switch things up a little bit. Let's get a little younger, and I think his vice captaincies will reflect that too. He'll have a little bit of veteran in there, and I think he'll have some contemporary guys too.
So, well, hopefully, all this stuff that got leaked, it's true, or else we're going to have to record this damn thing.
Segment if somebody else comes out and takes it. We're running back Zach Johnson.